everyone, welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 40, DJI Mini 4 Pro Experiences. Hope everyone is doing well. Forgive the typo in the title tonight. It should be Episode 40 here. Had quite a day today. My Logitech webcam took a dive. I spent about 3 hours diagnosing it this morning because I couldn't get any webcam to work, couldn't get my Yeti microphone to work this morning. So we're coming via the webcam from my brand new 17-inch HP Omen laptop, okay? I did get one of these on order. It will be here tomorrow. So next week we will be up and running. This is why I'm like looking to you like in a fishbowl tonight. That's the reason for this. And the one I got is going to be great because I do use my webcam a lot for my other videos besides live streaming, and it will really help. The resolution on it is I can get 4K 30 frames per second on it. I'm not gearing for that, but they said the 1080p on there is just outstanding, and that will really help for my videos. So just to kind of explain things, that's where we're at. It may shake a little, okay, because I had to take the laptop off the stand for perspective and everything. So, and I had to brighten up the room tonight too. So got a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, we're going to spend time on this guy. And I do have quite a bit to say on that. And let's go ahead here and let's see who we got. Lauren is in the house. Dr. Ted is here. Art is in the house. Akarasho, Jay Bird, Leonard Oglesby, Waypoint New England, Scott Nadeau. Let's see who else we got. Lauren is here. Richard is here tonight. Let's see who else we got. Sergeant Rock, Drone Shots. I think I already said Jay Bird and Leonard. And let's see who else we got. Okay. All right. Kind of got all that covered here. First thing I want to talk about is I put a video out today, and it's just like a 2-minute video. But I do want to kind of call your attention to it here. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share the screen real briefly. Okay. DJI RC2, how to download screen recordings to your PC. I know some people have had some issues with that, and I wanted to go ahead and put out, and it's a very short video. It's like about 2 minutes, but it shows you exactly how to do it. I did take a screen recording off my new PC for it, and it really helps and is very clear. Now, I did get a great comment from our good friend Leonard Oglesby in the chat, and Leonard saying in his workflow he uses Apple products, and it does not recognize his Mac. It comes up whenever he plugs the USB cable in to his RC2 into his Mac. It comes up charging. Okay, so. A suggestion, Leonard, if you didn't go back and I left a comment for you, a suggestion would be in that instance, I would go ahead, contact DJI support at DJI.com, send them an email, tell them what's going on. Maybe they can get a fix in for this because it is an issue. It's not an issue for the PC. It took me a while. Actually, I did do the same thing, have it go to the SD card, can't find the SD card. Well, what I ended up doing was I just said, you know what, I'm going to plug the cable in and see if I can find it. Sure enough, I got it to recognize it. So, and I think the issue is, and I think there may be a workaround for Macs. I'm not sure. Like I said, I know it works on my PC. There may be a workaround for Macs where you can get it to where it'll recognize the DJI RC2. And if you can do that, then you'll all be set. So, yeah, drone shots. Okay. All right, John. All right, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I wanted to cover that, and I wanted to get that out there. It's a real simple process. Watch the video. Like I said, it's only about 2 minutes. I didn't do this. I did it on the fly this morning, and that's how I found out I was having issues with my webcam, and it just took a nosedive. I've had it 6 years, so what can I say? It's a Logitech. It's a C922. It's a highly rated one, but I wanted to get something a little bit better this time, considering I really kind of use it heavy duty, especially for my my intro videos for when I'm doing things. So yeah. So that's where that's at. So anyway, all right. Wanted to get all that. Maddie, welcome. Good to see you tonight. And congratulations on your job. That I read that online. That's good news. Well, way to go, Maddie. Okay. All right. Oh no, Dr. Ted, camera was not recording to SD card. Wow. Wow. I'm very surprised to hear that. Well, I can say I did not have that problem with mine. Okay. In fact, I had 3 flights in with it on Sunday. So, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but I did get 3 flights in with it on Sunday. So, let's go ahead here. All right. Well, the leaks just keep on rolling for our friend Igor. Okay. It just doesn't stop. The year of DJI, and it really is the year of DJI. Okay. Leaked drone video of rumored Matrice 3D apparently shot through DJI's headquarters. All right. That's very, very, very interesting here. And I'm trying to get my cursor over here. All right. Here we go. Only a week after DJI introduced its new Mini 4 Pro, the company's rumored Matrice 3D docked enterprise UAV has taken over central position in the crosshair of reactivated leakers. The new images of the Matrice 3D uploaded Monday aren't the first peeks the world's had of the enterprise drone DJI is purportedly developing for high performance mapping, surveying, infrastructure inspection, first responder, public service, and diverse professional uses. And lion's share of the early release came from Igor, who managed to get a hold of shots of the initially enigmatic UAV flights in the wild. In the new one, he has renewed his repeated trick of getting deep into DJI's house of development or product secrets. The video he uploaded features what appears to be a Matrice 3D prototype idling on a box in front of an enormous bank of windows, what's presumably the company's headquarters. The low-hanging fruit was promptly plucked by someone whose burned ID in the footage is resin by, surrounded by screen data, zoom movements, and hovering perspective suggests the leaked footage of DJI's development Matrice 3D may have well been captured by one of the company's own drones already on the market. Okay. It's probably a smaller version of DJI's M30. Absence of foldable joints and extended rotor appendages, moreover, suggests the reduced size UAV was designed and being developed for docked use. All right. And there's really kind of not a lot of that, but I did want to go ahead and just call that to your guys' attention, so you know that's out there. And Igor is at it again. I mean, it's just the never-ending hit show this year, and yeah, he probably is, Richard. I wouldn't doubt that. Like I've always said, you know, Ositalev swears he's not an employee of DJI, but I defer, you know, I don't defer judgment on that. I really think he is. And I think our good friend here, Igor, is probably as well. So, excuse me. Oh, Ray Kelly's in the house and Bob Dempsey's in the house. Welcome, guys. William Labs is here too. Welcome. All right. Well, continuing in those same veins, okay. Pocket 3. Let's go ahead and there's more there. We got some more info on the Pocket 3. Now, this was from Hi Kestelou on Drone XL. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on that. All right. DJI Osmo Pocket 3 leaked images offer a glimpse of what's to come. And that apparently is the screen on the Pocket 3 right there. Quadro News recently unveiled what appear to be leaked images of DJI's latest creation, the Osmo Pocket 3. The images provide a tantalizing preview, with the most distinctive element being a sizable display on the gimbal-stabilized pocket camera's handle. Some industry watchers believe the display design could be borrowed from the DJI Action 4, lending weight to the camera's potential capabilities. And there's a look at the potential lens on the Pocket 3. Further adding to the intrigue, there's growing speculation the Osmo Pocket 3 might inherit the camera and recording powers of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. If this holds true, consumers can anticipate a notable upgrade in terms of video recording bit rate, frame rate, color fidelity, and resolution compared to its predecessor. An illustrative comparison video, courtesy of Pilot Institute, showcases the evident differences. Interestingly, in mid-September, Drone NR's tech aficionados unearthed references to DJI's Osmo Pocket 3 within the code base of the DJI Mimo app. Marrying the discovery with the recently leaked photos, there's mounting evidence pointing towards an imminent release of the Osmo Pocket 3, possibly as early as October, ensuring it hits the market well before the festive shopping frenzy. And we've seen that leaked picture already before. As anticipation builds, we invite feedback from you. Okay. Just kind of wanted to get this out here so you guys are aware of this. You know, it's been popping up. Igor's anytime there's a new leak, Igor has it out there. And I don't doubt it will come this month. It will be here sometime. And I know Ron Markets will be joining me here in a little bit, but I know when we talked about some pricing, I think for like the base packet, probably just for the camera, it's like $299 ish, and probably for a package, you're probably going to be $399 ish, $450 ish. But that includes a lot of the bells and whistles with it. Just, you know, the basic camera by itself, and then the other ones. You know, I'm a big fan of this. I never had the one or the two, but with the improvements here, I see something like this, and I see it looking really good in my workflow. And it will also, I know, will pair up well with a mic, DJI mic. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I think this is coming this month. I really do. I really do. Greg Pittman, welcome. Good to see you. Good evening, John. Welcome. Glad you're here. I don't know how that happened, but I will take care of that. Okay, I'm trying to find it here. And I don't know why I'm not seeing you on here. Go ahead and make another post there, Quinn Dynasty Drones Bill, and I'll go ahead and I will do that when I see it, because I have to do it from the YouTube screen. I can't do it from the StreamYard. Okay, all right. That kind of puts things in perspective. And again, yeah, we're going to see that. Like I said, it's going to come this month. I don't doubt that for a second. You know, so stay tuned. And I got to side with our good friend Johnny Drone Flyer. He's right. It's just been overload this year. Okay, and I want to put some pencil and paper, you know, and maybe get this prepared for next week. You know, so Ron and Marcus and I can kind of talk about this. Is the release schedule that DJI's had this year? You could throw the book away on everything else that they've done from before. This schedule was off the charts. Okay, it really has been absolutely crazy, insane, out of this world. No rhyme or reason to this. Absolutely no rhyme or reason to this. I don't know why that's not coming up here. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's what we have for that. And, you know, one of the other things that before we start talking about the subject of the evening is I'm going to show and tell mood tonight. Don't ask me why. Okay. I got to get, and you know what? Ron talked about some prop holders for this guy. I got to get some prop holders for this guy. There was a firmware update for this. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Wonderful surprise. And yes, I am on. Thank you, Ray, Captain Ray, for reminding me. Okay. And what time's the show on tomorrow night, Captain Ray? You can drop that in there. I got it marked on my calendar, but I just don't know what time it is. I think you guys are on at 7 Eastern, right? Yeah, let me know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to be on with Johnny and Ray tomorrow night. That'll be fun. That's always a great time. Always a great time. That'll be really good. Okay, 7 p.m. Thank you, sir. Okay, tomorrow night, guys, be there, be square. I know Marcus is going to be there, be watching tomorrow night.
You know what? I won't. In fact, Johnny asked me to come on with you, Bill. However, I'm going to be out at the racetrack with my Corvette. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can definitely watch the replay. Okay.
Hey, listen. Here's what I told Johnny. I said, if anybody can carry the show, it's Bill the drone reviewer.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's coming from the man himself. All right. Now we have a very special. The birthday boy hasn't joined us yet, so we're gonna have a little celebration after he joins us tonight. But Ron had a birthday yesterday, and of course, they celebrated last night on Drone Nation. We're gonna celebrate here on Rotor Talk as well too. Got to. Okay, that's an absolute must. Cannot forget that. Marcus, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was just getting ready to talk about that. The firmware update for the Air 3, okay? Adding the AR return to home.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, that is so much fun. Yeah.
Well, I got a little thing about this, okay? First time I 4 flights in one day. That's rare for me. 1 with the Air 3 and 3 with the Mini 4, okay? First time I did return to home with the Mini 4, okay? AR return to home was going off in this direction when it started out, and then it kind of went like that and lined back up for a second, which I thought that was really kind of weird.
I've not seen that. I can tell you the very first time I tried it with the Air 3, I was over the pond in Kleiner Park, and I got it down really low, kind of hit it behind a tree, and then hit return to home to see what would happen. And you know what? It moved around. It popped up. And you could see that whole path, on that AR. It's kind of a parlor trick, but it's fun. Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I was really legitimately surprised that, the first time I did it, it was like, I'm like, well, wait a minute. It didn't do that on the Air 3. And I just had the Air 3 up. So that kind of really was interesting there.
Here's what I think is even more important than the green line is the fact that you can always see where your home point is. And let me give you a heads up on that. Barkley was with me when we found this. I was out at the Snake River Canyon, and I had the Air 3 up, and we were looking at the home point. Excuse me, I need to back up a little bit. I had switched to the telephoto camera, right? The 3x telephoto. Man, it messed that H up all up. I mean, it showed it way off in the sticks someplace, but as soon as I switched back into the wide angle, it came back right where it should be. So what I'm going to tell you is when you're in that telephoto camera, and I don't know if this applies to the Mavic 3 too, I'll have to check it. Be careful because that H may not be, where it should be at the actual home point.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I was kind of surprised that, and this was like, because, I go out flying on Sundays. So Saturdays, it's, I'm making sure the batteries are charged and things like that. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing there's a firmware update for the Air 3. And I'm like, what is it? Okay. And I'm diving in. I said, okay, this is sweet.
Gotta do it.
This is absolutely sweet. So I was really pleased about that.
What do you think of that? One of my other favorite features, I'm asking you what you think about it, is the drone shadow as it's coming down.
Yes. And what I did was, what I like to do is I like to go to, a top-down view whenever I'm coming in for a landing. And I got to see the funnel right before it starts coming down. The funnel, yeah. It looks like a tornado.
Hey, I got something for you, Bill. If you don't touch your camera, if you just let it return to home, as it's coming down, it will automatically kick the camera 90 degrees down.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just next time, try it.
I'm going to do that this weekend.
Yeah.
I am going. I am going to do that this weekend. Now, for the sake of, I'm just going to say, we're going to spend some time talking about the Mini 4 Pro. And one of the things that I found out, Marcus, which was really interesting because I had three flights with it. All right. Waypoints take some practice. Okay. Because I had some trial and error, and I'm going to show that in my video. I did have some trial and error with that. And I think one of the things that you need to remember is when you pick a point of interest, you also need to adjust the gimbal, because I didn't adjust the gimbal. And it wasn't, I knew it was where it needed to be, but the camera angle didn't really show the point of interest
What
real
you
well.
expected. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. And the other thing is, at first, like when I was doing waypoints a long time ago, it's like, oh, okay, I got to set each one for the camera on. No, you set the first camera on, and then first waypoint for camera on, and then the last one, you can shut it off if that's what you want to do. Okay.
Yeah, I'm no expert, Bill, but I know that as I recall, there's a lot of things you have to set where it's either global, so it happens at every waypoint, or there's other ways that you can set it where it just happens at that one waypoint. I found out the hard way with speed, where I'm probably not using the right nomenclature, but whatever they say for the whole route, I set the speed up where I wanted it to. No, it only did it for that first segment. And then it went back to the default, the second segment, which was terribly slow. So I had to cancel the mission and redo it. So there's a lot to it. And it's something that if you really want to get proficient at it, you're going to take your time and you're going to learn it inside and out.
Oh, I could not agree more, because I had the same thing with the speed as well. And I'm realizing that the speed is, there he is. How are you, sir?
Hello, gentlemen.
Ron Brown.
Happy day after your birthday, Ron.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Hey, Ron, I just before I got on the show, I brought up, my global YouTube page where it shows you your YouTube feed.
Oh.
And I don't know how this happened, but it came up with a video of you from 3 years ago. And dude, your hair was practically down to your shoulders.
That was my COVID haircut.
Your COVID hair, yeah.
My COVID hair, yeah.
I was like,
now,
Ron? Yeah.
Now I can get a fresh trim again and not even have to wear the mask.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, sorry for interrupting the show, Bill. Continue on.
Well, Mike Woods, I just want to let you know, I do interact with the comments. So just thank you. Just be patient, because I try to get to people when they make good comments. So I understand that. Okay. All right. Yeah. One of the things
with that comment. I mean, if there's ever a show that interacts a lot with the commenters, it's Bill's show. Yeah.
I'm going to interact right now. Thank you, Greg Pittman. Thank you, Ray Kelly, Mark White. Thanks for the birthday celebration. So, Bill, I just did it on interacting.
Gotcha. Well, Marcus and I were comparing some notes about the Mini 4 Pro, and I told him I had an interesting experience with waypoints.
You mean this Mini 4 Pro?
Oh my gosh!
It was my birthday yesterday, right?
It was your birthday. Now I gotta ask a question.
Did you notice something there? There's something important you needed to notice in that picture.
Oh, you didn't get the RC.
I'm the first person in America that did not buy the Firmware kit bundle.
Oh,
got the RC N2
look how teeny the box is. Can you imagine this teeny little box?
Yeah. So a question for you, sir. Have you flown it yet?
Yes. I had like a mini flight on Monday, but the first official flight was today.
Okay. And what were your thoughts?
Well, I didn't say this in the video, but afterwards driving home, I was thinking, you know what? This is a slower version of the Air 3, and I mean that in the best complimentary way. It's just like having the Air 3, but it flies a little slower. And of course, it's missing the camera, but otherwise, it's almost the same drone.
That's a good point.
Bill, did you get a? I was looking for a first flight video from you this weekend, but it didn't.
I finished it up today. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. But one of the things that I wanted to say was, of course, I do my I flew it 3 times on Sunday.
Oh wow!
And one of the things that I noticed, I do my obligatory.
Now, you weren't flying during the Steelers game, were you?
I could have been. It wouldn't have mattered. Go ahead, Marcus. You were going to say something.
You're missing something big in the chat. Richard says he ordered the Air 4.
Well, no, I must be mistaken, Marcus. Richard just sent me an email today saying he'd buy it if they sold a drone as a drone only.
I didn't even know the Air 4 was out yet, Ron.
I thought that. Oh, okay. I thought you said Mini 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, everybody said the Air 4 S would be out real soon. We should have waited.
Send us pictures.
Yeah, please send us pictures. Well, one of the things, I did get it up to altitude. I had it up at 400 feet.
Okay.
A couple things right away. One, the camera really impressed me. The quality of the footage, the colors, everything. The other thing that really impressed me too was it was a windy day here on Sunday. 15, 20 mile an hour gusts, and up at 400 feet, it was even more. And there was no shaking, no, the gimbal stayed true to what it was shooting. There was absolutely no problems at all with that. So it did handle some wind, and you knew how I could tell it was windy. On its way down, you could hear the ESCs were, they were doing their thing and landing, and it was kind of almost doing, I'll call it the Hudson fishbowl, okay, the Zeno fishbowl kind of thing as it was landing because it was so windy. But one of the things that I wanted to mention that I really like with the AR return to home, that little symbol of the drone that comes up when it's landing, okay?
Shadow, they call it.
It's every single time, it hit the mark, okay? I had no problems. It hit the mat, which really impressed me, okay?
Because, I forgot you got rid of your Mavic 3 Pro, which you'd have had it about a month ago or whatever.
But he's got another drone that has it.
Yeah. I got the Air 3. So.
He must not done his update.
Well, I did do the update, and I did take the Air 3 out, and I was just telling Marcus something else, all right? When I took out the, I did the Air 3 flight first, and then when I did my first flight with the Mini 4 Pro and did the AR return to home, it gave me a pathway like about, I don't know, several hundred feet to the right that it should have, and then all of a sudden it kind of corrected itself.
It corrects itself mid-course, yep.
Yeah, which really
I guess when it gets closer to various objects or whatever, it recalculates.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened, because as soon as I moved the stick forward, I was in return to home. As soon as it started going forward, it shifted over automatically. It did that without any problems.
Yeah, it's a nice little feature, though. Billy Kyle made a little video where he was saying he hopes that the feature that only the Mavic 3 series has, where you can look out the cameras, all 4 of those optical voices cameras, and see the sides and back or whatever in black and white. He hopes that will come to the Air 3 and the Mini 4 Pro someday.
I would make it bet it probably would.
Well, I wonder about that, because these cameras are so the Mavic has those fisheye cameras on it, but they're even more.
Marcus, was that the first one that had the fisheyes?
It is. However, they're not as pronounced as these, and I have a suspicion that it might have something to do with that, because if you look at the Mavic 3, it's also got let me pull it out. The best way to illustrate it is to
show and tell, folks. Show and tell. But I kind of know what you're saying, that they're probably bigger in size too in the Mavic series.
That's my point.
So and the Mavic still may have more powerful processor in there to drive that feature too.
Yeah, I'm not saying, I'm not an engineer. I'm not saying I know anything. It's just an observation.
But we did stay at a Holiday Inn once.
We did stay at a Holiday Inn. However, like I said, if you look at this guy, yeah, it's got those fisheye cameras, but they're not that big 180 fisheye. that you have on the Mini or the Air 3. And then also this guy, it has upward facing cameras.
Right.
Well, there's a reason, because evidently these fisheye cameras can't see that far up like they can on the Air 3 and the Mini 3. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. Or the Mini 4, I meant to say.
Mini 4. Mini 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, who knows what they'll do? We'll have to wait and see. But it would be nice if they did add it to the other drones. Because Billy said he uses that feature all the time now, Marcus.
Yeah.
See behind him and on the sides.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at the ones, they're just a little bit bigger frog eye type, and even the ones on the back. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an engineer. I don't really know, but it's just a thought.
Okay, Bill's going to segue into another segment here from Drone DJ.
I wanted to go ahead. This article talked about 8 differences between the camera between the Mini 3 and the Mini 4 Pro. And I wanted to spend a couple of minutes on this. DJI has a new image processing platform to improve the overall imaging performance of the Mini 4 Pro, combined with the dual native ISO fusion and an f1.7 aperture and 2.4 4:1 pixels. The drone delivers cinema grade output. The HDR video specification has been upgraded from 4K 30 to 4K 60. And DJI has also upgraded slow motion from 1080p to 4K 100 frames per second. Another key enhancement comes in the form of the new 10-bit D-Log, M, and HLG color modes to record colors and details in high dynamic range. Okay. A next-gen smart photo algorithm has been adopted to effectively improve photo quality. Ingenious fusion of Smart Pro technology and 48 megapixel RAW has done wonders to harmonize HDR imaging, scene recognition, and more, resulting in truly captivating images like the one below. Mini 4 Pro's camera system also supports a new night video mode, night shots, to deliver better low light performance than its predecessors. Take a look. Another noteworthy enhancement comes in forms of simulated long exposure shutter speeds of up to 8 seconds that unlocks more creative possibilities. And finally, the resolution of the panorama photos is higher on the new drone. Okay, I just wanted to go over that real quick because, a lot of people, I still hear, what's the difference? What's the, is it that much of a difference between the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro? And my answer is yes, it is. It's a considerable difference.
I look forward to doing a side-by-side. I haven't done it yet, but I just, this is just anecdotal. But I can tell you the first time I looked at the video off the Mini 4, it really popped. I mean, I'm not a pixel peeper. I'm not, but I mean, it looked really good. I mean, what did you see, Ron?
Yeah, I haven't got to look at too much footage, on my it looked good when I was flying, but I haven't reviewed it yet on a bigger screen. So I'm going to have to defer my comments so I can look at it on a bigger screen than my phone.
So that's a really good point that you just made that we don't want to lose, is that so many people are looking at video on their phone or even on a smaller tablet or whatever. It looks way different when you blow it up on your 75-inch TV or your 32-inch monitor or whatever.
Everything looks good on your phone screen.
Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, if we were all just looking at stuff on our phones, we'd probably never need anything more than 1080p.
Or even 720p, and maybe.
Yeah. And just to explain to you two guys, okay, it kind of, my Logitech webcam gave up the ghost today. All right.
Oh, no.
So I'm coming to you from my webcam on my brand new laptop, which it's okay. It's not as great as this. I upgraded. I got a nice Logitech webcam coming tomorrow in time for being on tomorrow night with Johnny and Ray. So that's going to get that taken care of.
Wow. The first time you go live with it, huh?
Yeah. First time going to go live tomorrow night. Well, hopefully it'll come in time for it's supposed to come like late in the afternoon tomorrow. So that should work in time for 7:00 Eastern.
Well, but remember, when you need something though, the UPS truck, you're the last package on the truck. And when you need
UPS for us where we live, FedEx is always first because one of their centers is in Palmetto, which is not too far from us. Right. UPS is on the other side of Tampa, and it's always late in the day. They always get 4, 5, 6. I don't know, and later. Sometimes they don't come till 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. So
I'm a late afternoon UPS delivery house also.
yeah, so that's one thing. I'm not real. I'm not real keen on that. So
Quinn Dynasty doesn't mess around. He's on a Mac Studio.
Oh wow, and an iPhone 15 at the same time.
Yeah, and it's really weird. He was just messaging me why he's not on. He doesn't appear in the chat on the YouTube stream, but here in StreamYard, I see his comments.
Yeah,
and I don't know why that is.
Wow.
Hey, so let's ask other people in the stream. Are they seeing his comments? That's
I see his comments in StreamYards here.
Yeah, I see them in StreamYard, but I don't see them out on YouTube. So if you guys could answer that question, everybody else who's in the chat, can you see?
Yeah, I've got a YouTube chat open and our box open, and I don't see him. So that's odd.
Wow.
Yeah,
really
that is odd.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, I don't know what's going on, my friend. So I don't have an answer for that. But anyway, okay, getting back to the Mini 4 Pro. One of the things that really didn't surprise me was, listen to this. All right. I'm humming along on getting this ready on Saturday night. And I have a brand new SD card. All right.
Okay.
SanDisk. Put it in there.
Yes.
Getting ready to format. It's a bad SD card. It comes up right away. It's rejected. And I'm like, okay. Because I bought like 5 or 6 at a time off of Amazon because it was a great deal. And I go in there, try to format, wouldn't do it. And it just kicked it right out. So I gotta send that back, see if I can get that back. But I went ahead and I put another one, a 32 gig in the RC2.
Mm-hmm.
And listen to this. It was too big. It wouldn't take it. Okay. It rejected it because it was too big. I had to put in like a 16 gig in there.
Wow. You really
I can't explain that. Oh, and one of the other things that I want to talk about, and I got a comment from Leonard Oglesby on the video. I did a real quick 2-minute video today on how to download from the RC2 onto your PC screen recordings. Okay. Good. Now, Leonard had an issue where he has an all Apple workflow, and when he hooked up his RC2 to his Mac, it didn't recognize it. All it did was charge it. And I remember having the same issue, I think, with the Air 2 when I had something going on. So I suggested he email DJI support to find out what's going on with that, because it's real simple with the with
yeah.
the
Well,
PC.
I could confirm Leonard's fears there. I've tried to hook it up, the controller up to the Mac, to the iMac and a laptop computer, and I've even used DJI's own USB-C cables, right? And I cannot get either computer to see the controller, so I fear that it's a Apple, a non-working issue with Apple, because Marcus has been able to do it with a Windows-based computer.
Yeah, so I can do it with my Windows computer as well. But what I have to do, Bill, is I have to take the micro SD card out, and then it will see it. It'll see the files. If I leave that SD card in, it won't. The other thing is, what's odd about it is in the Android hierarchy of files in there, it's not in a movie file. It's not in a video file. It's in the music file. And I just have to believe that might have something to do with it, that maybe a Mac is looking for it in, a video file or it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even get to that far. Hey, Bill, before we get too far off the SD topic here, Marcus, do you know if the Air, the Air, I cannot stop saying Air, the Mini 4 Pro will accept a Samsung SD card, because we found out that the Air 3 did not like the Samsung SD card.
Let's back up a little bit. Johnny got that same Samsung card that I have to work in his Air 3.
Oh, okay.
Now, but a lot of other people, including Bill, we could not get them to work. So I put a SanDisk, but I have to tell you, I just went ahead and put a SanDisk card in this guy, so I don't know. But that's a good
I
point.
never even tried on the Air 3. I just went by what you guys did and put a SanDisk in. Now, and why I bring this up, Bill, is I saw today, Amazon Prime's going to have another Prime thing this month. And one of the things that are going to be on sale, the Samsung SD cards are on sale big time. I mean, like even 256 gig ones are under $20. So, I mean, they're having a tremendous sale, but they're not going to work in our drones.
Yeah, what's the point? Here's the one that I tried for this guy. This was a Lexar, and I know it's one of. I just happened to see it on Amazon, and it was on sale, and it's one of the ones that DJI on their approved list. So that's why.
And Lexar has been even the bigger SD cards. Many high-end camera users have been using the Lexmark SD cards for years.
I think this is probably the only Lexar card that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pretty much have done just the SanDisk for me, and I almost always go out. And one of the things that I tell people, when they'll invariably, I'll get whenever there's a release, what kind of SD cards are compatible with the drone, and I tell everybody, go out to the specifications page on DJI. And it will list all the cards that are compatible with it. What they do, and this is why I always try to, say this during every release, go out there, because what DJI does, they have a team of testers, all right? Kind of like what I do at work. I test software, they test drones. And part of their testing of drones is they test SD cards, all right? In each drone, they test all those SD cards. They don't put that out there unless it's passed. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So
the reason why a lot of people are interested in Samsung cards because they offer greater speeds for the same amount of money that SanDisk does. You can get a faster card from Samsung for the same price.
Right.
But again, doesn't do any good if it doesn't work in your drone. I mean, I bought a Samsung card, but I just put it in something else. I put it in like an action camera or something like that.
So QIN Dynasty is saying that he downloads StreamYard as a guest. So why are you trying to watch on StreamYard? What I would go into YouTube. That's probably why he's not.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could even watch directly from StreamYard.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's something I did not know. So that's definitely, there's your answer to the question, Quinn Dynasty. That's why your comments are not appearing on YouTube. Because that's how you're watching it. So that answers the question. Thank you for answering your own question. That's good. But one of the things I saw some comments in there about what cable to use. I used an anchor cable, USB-A to USB-C. Okay, and I don't go after the Amazon Basics kind of stuff. I almost always will buy, if I'm looking for a cable, I'll get an anchor cable because I know they work, or I'll try a DJI cable.
Bill, I just went through that same thought process. Sarah got her iPhone 15, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden she needs USB-C to USB-C.
Right.
The one that comes with the phone is, I don't know, 3 foot long or whatever.
Yeah.
She looks at her phone in bed, so she wants a 6 foot long cord. I'm looking at the screen and I'm saying, oh, Amazon Basics. And then right below it, Anchor. And it was maybe $5 more. No. I'm going to get the Anchor ones because I know it's going to work. It's not going to have any problems. Yeah.
Yes.
But Bill, that didn't help me at all on my desktop computer. I needed a USB-A to USB-C. That did not work. My laptop, I needed USB-C to USB-C. That didn't work either. So even that wasn't even my problem again. I'm using DJI cables.
So Bill or Ron, you're talking about to download off of the
controller.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I went back a couple stories ago.
Yeah. I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah.
Okay, Quinn Dynasty. All you have to do is go out to YouTube and.
Yeah. No, he's on. He says he's on. Yeah.
Okay. He says he's on now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
The comment above that, he says, "I'm on."
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Anyway. All right. With all this talk here,
Bill, we're solving problems tonight.
Yes, we are solving problems tonight. So,
but we're not paying any attention to the chat, are we?
No, we're not. We're not paying any attention at all tonight. One of the other things that really was really kind of, I don't want to call it a pleasant surprise, but a surprise nonetheless, when I had the Mini 4 up, and I was probably at about 125, 150 feet.
Mm-hmm.
This was crazy. Okay. I could read the street sign from up to at 125, 150 feet at the corner of 301 and where we live on 19th Avenue. I could read that street sign from 150 feet up.
Your FPV feed, it was upgraded, right? It's now 1080p, 60 frames per second, Bill.
Okay.
On your FPV feed. Yeah.
And also it was like, and when I looked at the actual video, because I did it in 4K 30, it was like crystal clear. 125, 150 feet up. It was crystal clear. I never realized that because I never stopped. I'm looking at colors, I'm looking at motion, I'm looking at other things, and then I'm not looking at street, and I'm looking at the street sign, and I'm like, holy cow, it's from 125, 150 feet up. It just kind of floored me for a second. I couldn't believe it. Absolutely could not believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Go ahead.
Well, Bill, Ron and I we both had a feeling after flying the Mini 4. If you just look at the specifications, it's no faster than the Mini 3. It's no ascent speed or descent speed is no faster. Top speed is no faster. All of those specs are the same. But we both had the feeling that the drone was more powerful, that it was more athletic. It felt like it accelerated faster to me. That could just be...
Marcus made a comment on the show last night about that, and I experienced the same thing that very day. I'm up there flying around pretty high, and I'm at the shore, and it was, it was kind of windy, the straight shore winds. The winds would come from all different directions. And I almost forgot I wasn't flying the Air 3 was doing so well. So they've done something in there to tune the the way it flies. It definitely is a a stronger, more robust flyer than the Mini 3 Pro. And I can't explain that technically at all, whatever. It may just be a feeling on my part or whatever. Again, it's nothing to specs or whatever. But if you know how the Mini 3 Pro flies well, like if you've had as many flights as Marcus I've had with that drone, you know the difference. And the difference the good way.
Well, I agree with you guys. That's one of the things, because I flew both the Air 3 and the Mini 4 Pro on Sunday. And one of the things that really stood out with the Mini 4 Pro to me was it seemed, and I'm going to use the word seemed, it seemed like it was a step ahead of remembering with the Mini 3 Pro, okay? Not necessarily that it was faster, but it felt, and I think in your words, it felt quicker, okay? It was just one of those sixth sense kind of a things.
I'll give you an example. So in that first video that I put out where I was chasing the boat and had it in active track, chasing the boat, then I put it in POI mode where it orbits. That boat was hauling the mail down the river, but that drone was having no problem orbiting the boat as it's moving forward down the river. Yeah, I'm not sure the Mini 3 would do that. I mean, it would try, but I don't know if it would, get it done. Yeah. I don't know. Need to mess with that some more.
It's going to be one of the things, Ron, before you joined us, I was talking to Marcus about, I tried waypoints. And one of the things that I didn't tell Marcus this, but what I did was to set up my mission, I actually flew it first, and I was dropping the waypoints and the point of interest right where they were. Okay. I didn't use the map to do it. I actually flew the route first before I did that. But one of the, and you know what? And I think, and Marcus is right. Waypoints is a trial and error kind of a thing, because one of the things that I didn't do on the point of interest was adjust the tilt of the gimbal, because I didn't, while it flew and it did exactly everything I told it to do, it didn't look at the point of interest. Okay. Because I didn't do anything with the gimbal. When it I went there, it went back, it took the backward shot like it should, but it wasn't focused on the point of interest, which was the fountain down there. So I'm going to redo that this weekend. I think waypoints is one of those things. It's a work in progress. It's something that you learn on the go.
Oh,
You know,
definitely. And the advantage is actually flying the waypoint yourself and setting the points rather than doing it on the map. Is when you fly it yourself, it locks in your, like how you have the gimbal pitch and all of that or whatever. Where if you just
That's a
do it
good
on
point.
if you just do it on the map thing or whatever, it won't be pointed the way you want it or whatever.
And
Yeah.
the other thing is, Ron, with the kind of flight time that we have with the plus batteries, really kind of pre-flying your waypoint mission is probably not that big of a deal. You know.
No. It's not like you're in the old days. You're flying with a drone that didn't even get 20 minutes of flight time or something. Yeah, it was
exactly. That's a
Air
good
2S.
point. That's a
Yeah.
good point because it's we're not
thanks, Jay Bird.
we're not in the days of the Spark anymore. All right, where we're only getting 15 minutes. All right, and oh yeah, that's another thing that impressed me as well too was the battery life, because I flew
You were lucky to get 15 on the Spark.
I flew 2 out of my 3 flights on one battery this weekend, and it just it was like, wow. Okay, and I still had like 25% left when I popped in the second battery. So I mean, it still had plenty of juice. It's not like I was even close, which really impressed me. Okay, the battery draw on that.
And just to be fair, I believe that the Plus battery gets 2 minutes less of flight time than it did with the Mini 3 Pro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I believe 47 for the 3 and 45 for the 4.
Not enough that I would ever know the difference, Ron.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the difference either.
Well, I mean, if Richard's still here, a couple minutes is a big deal to Richard because he's doing all that mapping. He needs every minute you can get.
Hey, we should also thank Richard for the testing that he's been doing on the batteries, testing how they deplete, etc.
I didn't get to see his that email with the results of his testing yet.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's very good, Mad Props. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Once you get and see the thing is with a waypoint, okay, it's one of those things. It's a trial and error, and when you get it down and lock it down, you save it. All right, and when that way, when you go ahead and you want to do this again, all you got to do is get there and boom, just hit the button and go.
Oh, you got my little brain going here, Bill, with that comment. Wouldn't it be cool to go to a location like I do on the Boise River or something like that and do that same waypoint mission over a period of a year, spring.
Even if you did it the first day of each season or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Spring, winter, summer, and fall, and fly the exact same mission 4 times and look at the difference because you'll see differences in water level in the river. You'll see differences in the leaves on the trees. That might be kind of cool.
Yeah. Now Billy May said this in a video, or maybe told me this, Billy Kyle, that if you do a waypoint mission on a drone, I think he told me this in the Air 3, but the Mini 4 would be the same thing. It's not dead accurate each time. It doesn't fly the same exact waypoint, down right to the the centimeter or something. He's a bigger drone like the Inspire or something, or the Enterprise, not the Inspire. The Enterprise drones will fly exactly because they have that little beacon on top or whatever.
RTK, or what do they call it? Not RTK. What are they? There's a name.
It's
RTK. Right? Yeah, that's it. Well, see, my son-in-law.
There's going to be a variance when you fly a waypoint on a smaller drone. It's not going to be exactly the same, and probably to the layman it probably is. But if you were doing some kind of industrial work, you may see differences.
Well, of course, the flight I'm talking about, it wouldn't make that big a difference. John Flynn is way ahead of us. Look at his comment down there at the bottom. He's got his secret spot that he's doing that already.
Does Captain Ray know about that spot?
I don't know.
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention.
Oh, but Bill, I hate to cut you off. I want to go back to John's comment for a second. Marcus, can you do a waypoint hyperlapse?
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't tried it yet with the Mini 4, but I'm sure you can. I don't know why they would have taken that away.
That's really cool then. Waypoint hyperlapse. Bill, sorry I cut you off. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
No, my son in his job, and he works for I think it's architectural engineering civil engineering firm. They do underground utilities and so forth. And one of his responsibilities on the job, he says that he absolutely hates, he has to fly a Matrice 350. Okay.
Oh,
And one of the things is it's down to, I think he said, if I'm like less than 6 millimeters precision on that, like maybe 3 centimeters. But you got to set up, you got to set up the little stations when you're doing that, the ground stations. But once you do that, because it needs to be absolutely precise for these underground utilities. Okay, you can't be off, really even a fraction of an inch, and the precision is really demanded here. So yeah, you can, when you enter those waypoint missions on like a Matrice, it will fly exactly the same route time and time and time again.
yeah. So good.
Oh, and one of the things I was also going to talk about, this was a good point, our good friend Jeff Voigt, okay? And I don't know if you've seen the prints he does of the Naval Academy.
They're amazing.
He's out over the lake. What he did was...
You had him on the show back when I was in Florida, but last March.
Yes. And one of the things that he does, there's a certain spot, and he's kind of calculated where it's at, how many feet up, and what the latitude and longitude is and everything. And he goes up there and he wants to take the same shot all during the 4 seasons of the year. He wants to take that same picture, and he's done a great job. I think he's got 2 or 3 of them. I think he's waiting on getting a 4th, but it's just incredible what he can capture with that. It's just absolutely insane.
Now he flies these spots manually, or he has like a waypoint to get there.
I think he flies them manually. And he bases a lot on latitude, longitude, the actual altitude of the aircraft and where he's at, and the time of day. I think that's all. He tries to calculate all that. I know he's gone into quite a bit of detail on that. He's told me about that, and I do have one of his prints, and it's just
beautiful,
phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal, and it's just incredible.
Hey, Bill, go down to Jay Bird's comment. He has a common question here. Maybe we can help him out with it.
The same batteries.
The batteries from the Mini 3 work with the Mini 4. Anybody want to take this?
I'll take it. Yeah, the plus batteries will just kind of straight across. There's a difference in the lighter batteries. If you use the 249 gram battery from the Mini 3 in the Mini 4, it will work, but it will put the drone overweight. It will put it over 250 grams. And how they made the new one lighter, I don't know, but it is light enough that it keeps it.
And I've also heard that the older battery doesn't have as much voltage as newer battery, so it may not even get the performance level.
Oh, that's possible.
New battery. I mean, I've heard that talk, but I don't know if that's been thoroughly tested.
Let me put this one to you guys too. So as you know, one of the things when we do a firmware update, you also are updating the firmware and the batteries. Is there a difference? In other words, if I threw one of my Mini 3 batteries in my Mini 4, would it want to update the firmware in there? And then when I went to put it back in the Mini 3, would it have to revert back to that?
I've seen that question asked online. Yeah,
I've seen that too. That's a good question.
Hey, I'll give you one, guys. When I did the firmware update for the the Mini 4 yesterday, I ran the batteries through, and the plus batteries did not. They didn't need updating of any kind. Even though on the drone's first firmware update, they didn't ask for any updates.
So Ron,
I'm probably never going to put the Mini 3 battery in the Mini 4. So I'm not really worried. I mean, I know some people are, and it's a concern, but I'm not gonna do it.
Question for you, Ron. Where did you get your Mini 4?
Amazon. I watched Marcus's video on Saturday. I was so inspired, and it got here like in like 2 days or whatever.
He used your link, Bill. No, I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. I just.
Well, I was just, and it was so funny that you brought this up, because I was just telling the other day, Valerie's asking me, she said, didn't you used to make a lot of money from DJI? And I said, a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Okay,
Those days are gone for channels.
man, I said that was a gold mine. Okay, and it was just crazy. It was just crazy good money. And
Well,
then
what
all of
it
a
helped
sudden,
you do was buy that next drone. That's what it helped you do.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
exactly
Well,
what it did.
how long has that been shut down now? Did that happen around the time of the COVID?
Yeah, it's been about 2 years. It's been about 2 years. It's been shut down.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mike's
Well,
got a
and that's
question.
why I went in, and just to let everybody know, if you are interested, okay, all my links in my descriptions in my videos, they're all Amazon affiliated. And if you're looking to buy a Mini 4 Pro, if you're looking to buy an Air 3, use one of my links. And I know with these gentlemen too, if you're watching one of their videos, do the same. It helps us out. But it's really kind of the only way we have of generating some extra income for our channels besides the regular monetization that we get off of YouTube. It's the only way. I mean, it just
And of course, Amazon pays peanuts compared to what DJI used to.
oh yeah, exactly. Ron's right. I mean, it really is just it's pennies considering compared to what DJI used to pay us.
Hey, I see Mike Wright's question there about another subject. He wants to see a range test with the Air 3 and the motion. Oh, okay. I understand the motion controller too. It now works with the motion controller too. Mike, I have not seen anybody even try to
I
fly
want
the
to
Air
see it
3
on
with
my
the motion.
channel. I'm TX Arch Drone Guy. I want to see it on that channel. Range test with the motion controller too.
Well, I do know our good friend Sean from Air Photography. He did a range test, but that was on the Mini 4 Pro. And up in Canada, you can do that. Okay,
With a 250-gram drone or under.
Exactly. Okay, you can do that. So it's just but I do want to throw that out there before everybody goes jumping
And
down.
how far? I forget how far did he get out there, Bill?
Bring that. I have the article up here.
Well, what was it like? Wasn't it like he almost got out to 15,000 or something feet?
We said it was 3 kilometers with 86% battery. Okay. He peaked at over 5 kilometers when the drones advised him to return due to battery conditions. He had 24% left when he came back. So he got out to 5 kilometers.
Marcus is calculating it for us in feet.
Before it told him to come back.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I won't say who, but a famous YouTuber has flown the Mini 4 Pro out to like 20,000 feet.
It's a long way.
Mini 4. Wow. That's interesting.
A famous range tester.
I think.
Oh, there's
think
Dad Random.
right there.
I wasn't talking about Dad Random, but I'm glad to hear Dad got it out there.
Wow.
I think Dad flies in the desert though, so he doesn't have quite the interference some people do.
That's true. That's very true. Gentlemen, you have any closing thoughts for tonight?
Marcus?
I'm going to say the same thing I said yesterday on Drone Nation, and that, boy, we're in the fall time. The leaves are changing. The temperatures are more reasonable. This is drone flying season, man. Get out there. I don't care if you have the new Mini 4. Fly your Mini 3 or your Mini 2 or, heck, your old Phantom if that's what you got, because it's a good time of the year to be flying.
Thank you. I'm just going to say that I kind of, wasn't really excited about the Mini 4 Pro. I thought it was just an incremental upgrade. And, even if you have the Mini 3 Pro, whatever, it probably still is an incremental upgrade to some degree, but a good incremental upgrade. But if you're coming from an older Mini, such as Mini 1, Mini 2, and SC, or even an older, say, Air drone, like an Air 1 or Air 2 or whatever, I think it's a huge upgrade. So that's that's my opinion. I'm not sponsored by anybody to say that. I don't care if you buy the drone, you don't buy the drone. Just my 2 cents. Bill.
Well, my first thing is, and again, happy birthday to Mr. Ron Braun. Ron, how did it feel to turn 29 again?
Well, we had to get extra candles out this year, or whatever. But we're doing good here. getting older or getting better. You know what they say, Bill. The 64 is the new 29, right?
There
Well,
you go.
yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Ron. Oh, go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'll say this, okay? I think that group that you like had a song about being 64.
Oh yeah, Paul McCartney's age. I mean, yeah, when I'm 64 or whatever. Yeah,
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Well, the other thing is this, okay? And I can speak for all of us here. When you wake up each morning, you're blessed, okay? A lot of people don't get that privilege, all right? And you be very thankful. I found one of my ham radio friends. He had a friend that just happened to just like that, and count your blessings. Love those who are around you, and be thankful for each and every day. And that's one of the things, that my Christmas present each year to all of you guys is, to enjoy each other and enjoy life. And life is too short for petty squabbles, just BS, that kind of thing. Focus on having some fun. And that's one of the things we do here. We all, the three of us, we love to have fun. We love drones.
Yeah, nobody has a bad time flying drones, right, Bill?
Absolutely. Okay. And, and I got to say this, first time in years, had 4 flights on Sunday. Okay. I was so pumped up that day.
Wow.
On Sunday. It was just amazing.
That's awesome, Bill. That's great to hear.
Yeah. And that's what a good drone does for you, Bill. It wants you to keep flying. Now, if you'd have been flying one of our lesser drones over the years, I won't mention the company's name but you'd probably been one flight and done.
Yes, one and done. Okay. No toilet bowling. Okay.
Mark, you tried out plenty of drones where one flight was all you ever had to do with it, right?
I got some of them right behind me back here.
Exactly. Hey, and the other thing is, overcoming this broken hand this year was monumental. And I gotta say this, Bill Thomas is so right. It is therapy. It really is. Getting out there, getting on the sticks, it makes a world of difference. It really does.
Yeah.
I got one question for Ron. So I know Susan is taking him out to dinner tomorrow night. Is it Ruth's Chris? Is it McCormick and Schmick's? Where are you going for a birthday dinner?
A little seafood place in Cape May, just to, I know the name of it, but because you asked that, I got a brain drain or whatever. But
you just made me think of another important question. It's a seafood place, and we know what a fan you are of grouper. Do they serve grouper there?
Well, maybe they do and maybe don't, but I already know what I'm getting. We've been there before. They have this combination crab cake and shrimp to die for. So I know my order before I even walk in. If they don't have it or they're sold out, then maybe I'll look over the fish menu.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Valerie had grouper tonight. And by the way, McCormick and Schmick's, okay, they were open on Christmas Day in Columbus, Ohio 1 year, okay? Mm-hmm. And it got broadcast on the news station. There was a line out the door the entire day after that. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, we digress here, folks. I hope all of you have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy flying the drone that you got. And if you're getting a Mini 4 Pro, you'll enjoy it. We can definitely tell you that. As always, guys, it's a great day to fly. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Take care.
Good night.